Hey, what's up, everyone? So let's try to understand concept of WebSockets, how you can build your own, and then we will try to make something different. Like most of the cases, you will see a chat application getting used in WebSockets, but here I will discuss how I used WebSockets to build my own analytics platform, and just to give you an overview of how things work. So let me quickly launch my tracker, which is basically using AppScript API to track the data, and my front end is my actual website. So see that. Let's go to the most point. And here we have 1408 as of now. So you know we will see how things work. So you will see, okay, this is the when loaded. I have different action set here. So there's some hover effect going on. Then there is this bar thing where you can pick section. Let's say go to about, and then this is how you can navigate through different places. And then you have these buttons and everything. Whatever you click on here, or whatever images you see and everything. So yeah, I mean there are a lot of events that is happening on my website. One way would be to track all this using Google Analytics or maybe Firebase Analytics, which would be my preferred way of doing things. And but anyways, let's quickly like all that. Let's just try to perform some actions. So I just click on it, but let's not go there. And then go to the bottom, you have these ones also. You can click in as many, and then you have YouTube tutorials. So I can just click on one of these and then pause it up and so on. Okay, and yeah, I mean this is basically all about this. And if I go back at the top, and if I just here, so currently it is 1408 entries. So if I close it in some time, this will trigger. Okay, so this is how it happens. So it generated a unique ID, did some, fetch some details. So if I go to details, it gives me event time, country code, country name, city, postal code, latitude, longitude. Of course, this would only work if someone has disabled the VPN, because if they have enabled it, then you just cannot track them directly. And then state, and then the entire JSON payload and the timestamp when this happened. Okay, so yeah, so that's all the details. Then you also have session data for how long that user existed in your system. So you can see that. Let me add more columns so it makes it, yeah. So you can see that there's this raw IP and then event start time, end time, and I stayed there for 22 seconds. So all this duration, and then we have the action data. So in the action data, you see all the actions that have been performed. Like if I just quickly go back here, and let me go at the bottom, check up this one. Now let's go to the action data, search for this. So you can see 7 actions performed that were recorded. So I clicked on that navbar button at the top, then I had this about section, then go left testimonial, go right testimonial, then I clicked on the work experience and all this. So this all is all tracked based on different types of, so these are the event names, how many times these were clicked, what were the timestamps. Like let's say if something was clicked multiple times, then this is the timestamp and everything. So this is about the action data. Then there is some other geo data for maintaining accuracy. It is similar, but it has more fields. You can see that it has a lot of more details and everything. And yeah, I mean this data also gets tracked for everything. So that's another thing. And in case if any time it fails, then I have error logs. Okay, now you must be wondering why I'm using Google Sheets, why not some proper database. So initially when I was building this tracker, I had I've been heard for app script. So if I quickly show you, you can actually write your entire service in an app script. Basically it's JavaScript only, a little bit of different syntax. And you can see that I have a lot of things happening here, and I have constants, then how I am going to handle a specific operation, what are the website stats and everything. So you can create these things and then dump it the data directly to a Google Sheet. You can do a lot of things. AppScript is very powerful. If you want to see me make a tutorial, feel free to comment down in the comments. Okay, and then we will watch this one also. But yeah, ideally it can be used for a lot of things. Okay, so this is what is a big picture of how I use WebSockets in my project. But I will just give you very small and some even advanced concepts like how you can do image tracking. I think I've made some videos where I talk about visibility API and stuff, but here we will see intersection observer and all. Here I will just create 2 3 use cases. Number one would be when the duration, total duration for which the user is on your website. Number two would be if they view a specific image which is below the fold, not above the fold. And number three would be basic button clicks. Okay, so we will just quickly start with writing the code for that, and then we will move on to this is the front end part. So if you want to skip front end and if you want to watch the back end part especially, just you're free to skip this part and just go ahead and watch the backend part. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started.